when I walk through a jam. No one knows who I am. Put your head on my chest, and I'm Mr. Success.
Mr. Success.
Never close.
Ms. Success. Are you out there this morning?
All at once I'm
Good morning. Welcome to the Inevitable Radio Show. I'm your host, William Sumner. Good morning, Adam. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm awesome, thanks. What can I help you with?
I was just calling in to say hi. This is actually Adam Olds.
Hey, Adam. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I am good.
I was just checking out your website last week, and I thought it was pretty interesting.
What did you think about it?
I personally, had a lot of, tough time, and I thought it was interesting how, people can take control of their own lives and, really try to, get back on track and pursue those goals.
Have you had the success that you've wanted in getting back on track for yourself?
Slowly. I mean, in college I had, I played football in college and obviously had goals along with that. And when that wasn't possible anymore, it did take a while to get back on track. So, I mean, it's slowly, but, am I where I want to be? No, but...
What do you consider to be the most significant thing holding you back today?
I guess patience would be a big thing. You have to put your time in for someone to work out. Because I'd put in years and years playing sports and working on that, and when that was taken away, all of a sudden you're back at ground zero. You have to start building something back up again. Where me, I was always just building up, becoming an athlete, and all of a sudden now I have to try, a different skill set to become successful.
Do you know what that skill set is that you need, that you're impatient to have?
Kind of. I mean, yeah, I always, would like help with that, but difficult to go from an athletic world to a complete business-oriented world because I guess you can control a lot more in an athletic setting.
How so?
If I play bad or something like that, I can go watch film. It's something that I can control. I can control how I play on the field to a certain extent. In the business world, I mean, you may think you'd be doing your best, but sometimes, what you see isn't how others perceive you.
Well, Adam, I think you brought up a great example that I'm going to talk for a minute or two here on. One of the reasons why athletics is such a compelling metaphor or analogy for the business world is that it is a very perfect model for success. It's easy to see, your practices. It's easy to see your early season record. It's easy to see, how coaches grade you out. There are film studies. We know at the end of the season who won a Super Bowl or a national championship and who did not and what our records are. And a lot of times as a business person, we don't always translate those models to great success for ourselves. But the more business leaders strive to create that translation, the more successful the business people are. And for example, two of the ones that you just brought up, watching film, as a coach on a number of very successful business clients, one of the things I advocate for people all the time, carry a little dictaphone, or depending on what the setting is, you can actually, if you're speaking at a sales breakfast or you're participating in a staff meeting, you can set a camera up and you can even talk to your boss and say, hey, I want to improve how I'm performing. Think of this. And for the other business listeners out there, when was the last time? Now, in some customer service environments, they will audio tape calls and they will go back and train the individual or go back over and say, well, was this the best thing that you could say? Or this was perfect. do more of this. But Adam, you can take some of those skill sets and, put a little dictaphone down the next time that you have a project you're presenting in a staff meeting, or next time you're on a sales call, or the next time you're doing something in a business environment that's really critical to your success. Tape it. Listen to it and get somebody who has experience. Maybe you don't want to present that to a boss because sometimes we're a little vulnerable with our bosses and we don't want to appear stupid, but, get a mentor somewhere else. I know your dad can help you with finding a great mentor, and then sit down and go through that with your mentor. And the film studies that you used as an athlete that added to your success level because you studied them harder, longer, and more intensely than a lot of your teammates did, and it was one of the reasons you did create a great career for yourself. You can be doing the same thing in a business world as well.
I appreciate the advice.
So those types of skill sets, when you think about it, if you sit down really hard at them and focus on what made me great, how can I translate that, what's holding me back, and just as you studied your athletic career and what was the biggest thing that I needed to work on in this off season, was it, my agility drills? Was it my hand-eye coordination? What did I need more, pectoral strength, because as an offensive lineman, you're holding off some pretty bad defensive dudes. Take a look at your business career and say, okay, what is it that I really need to focus on in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? Because although you don't have an off season in a business career as you did in an athletic career, this is in fact in the next couple of weeks as we go through the holiday time, it's a great time to be sitting and looking at, pondering, and building the plan that's going to help us change exactly what we want, who we want, how we want. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Now, you talked about, I said, what's the biggest thing holding you back? You said patience. So would I assume for you then that patience is somehow a quality that you want more patience, or you think you're not patient enough, or you're too impatient? Could you tell me exactly what it means that patience is holding you back?
It's just, waiting for your hard work to pan out. I put in so much time as an athlete, and that it worked out, and then that had ended, and now I'm starting a almost second career, and it's just, patience to let things happen, and, do your best every day for something, good to happen, whether it's promotion or, more responsibility. It's tough sitting there every day, I guess, and,
But what's interesting about your career, Adam, because for other listeners, I actually know Adam for a long time now, been an admirer of his athletic success. When you transition from middle school to high school to college, playing for one of the top programs, each one of those transitions, the game completely changed, the skills you needed. I mean, while you were still in the same classification, again, not different from your business career, that when you start out as a customer service rep, or you start out as a beginning sales rep, or you start out somewhere in a company, an industry, as you learn the trade, as you learn the skills, as you desire to get promoted, you've already got this model that hard work every day, dedication every day, a desired target or goal every day that's out in front of you, that that's who you want to be. You've done that model very well a number of times, correct?
Thank you for listening to the Inevitable Podcast. Please visit our website for more information on this extraordinary coaching system at www.theinevitableyou.com. Then, sign up for your 2-week free trial of our membership to gain access to hundreds of hours of amazing content and tools just like this. Now, back to Bill.
Hard work every day, dedication every day, a desired target or goal every day that's out in front of you, that that's who you want to be. You've done that model very well a number of times, correct?
I guess.
Well, if I'm wrong, I mean, could say, no, that's not correct, but...
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I'm still stumped here as to how patience, first of all, I would want you to be impatient. You should want success faster than everybody is telling you you should have it. So if you're thinking about patience as, am I patient against what people are telling me, that's unimportant. Just as in your athletic career, you never listen to anybody telling you what your success level could be, should be. You drove that. So a certain amount of impatience, I think, is an incredibly great quality for you. Would you agree with that?
No, I appreciate that, yeah.
So how is your number one thing holding you back, one of your most incredible gifts in your athletic career that drove success? Because as a freshman, you didn't wait to be a junior or senior playing. You wanted to play then. You were impatient then, and you pushed coaching. You pushed yourself. You pushed your teammates around you. That's why you were a leader on the team. How is this holding you back in your business career now?
I guess I hadn't really thought about it that way. It's just kind of comparative, seeing me where I'm at my age and seeing others where they're at their age. It's just you want to get to where other people are at because you always compare yourself against, your peers.
But I think that's a gift. That's not a liability, because that's going to drive you to say, wait a second, there's one person on the planet appears to be smarter than me or better than me. I'm going to go kick their ass. Yeah. And you're incredibly gifted at that. So do you know what's really challenging you right now from having the success that you want? You want to pick another, because the one that you picked for me feels like a talent and a tool and a gift that is empowering your rate of ascent in your success, not holding you back. What's the biggest thing holding you back right now that if you could fix one thing in your business career, you'd take off like a rocket ship right now?
I don't know. Opportunity is always there. I'm willing to put the time in. It's just, I don't know, making the most out of, not getting stuck in the day-to-day. Getting stuck down and this is a drag. I don't want to be here. I want to be someplace else. I guess it'd be, trying to stay in the moment more and do the best I can every day, so I don't look at myself 2 months from now and think, I've been wanting to get promoted this whole time, but I've done nothing about it.
But is that you now? Are you really stuck? Are you really not doing everything you can do to advance yourself right now?
I try to do, the best I can, but I think, it's only, human every once in a while to kind of get lost, in the shuffle and kind of think, well, what's the point? Because you see, your colleagues that you think you do a better job than, get praised for mediocre work, and that's tough also. So you kind of think, well, what's the point then sometimes? I kind of need to get rid of that sort of thinking.
Is that holding you back today?
Yes, sometimes. Being comparative against other people, seeing people do mediocre work and get, better results. Whether it's their approach or, it's not really, that would bother me as much as just, praise from, his superiors. It's tough hearing somebody's doing a good job when, for all intents and purposes, you don't think they're doing a good job and they get away with things and stuff like that. I guess that kind of gets on me. So sometimes I think, well, if it doesn't matter, then, but,
Do you know, Adam, what you want in your business career? If I said, write down an incredible paragraph that's your vision for the next 5 years of your life, would you be able to do that? Would you know what that is and looks like?
I just see, success that other people have attained. Like my older brother put in time in the same position that I was at for a couple of years, and that worked out very well for him. So something along the lines of what he did. I guess that's a little more personal, but
Well, I'm going to tell you that what little I know of what's going on for you, that would be one of the challenges that I would work on right now for you is through your athletic career, it was always easy to know what the next goal was, whether it was to be All-State when you're in high school or whether it was to be recruited at the football program that you wanted in college, then you wanted to be a starter in college. There was always these very, very clear, well-defined, well-articulated, any time in that, on those timelines, I could have said, where are you going to be in the next 90 days? You could have told me exactly what your bench press wanted to be, exactly what you wanted your 40-yard times to be. You could have told me everything about who you wanted to be and how you were going to get there. Now that you're in a business career, Adam, the same principles that made you successful as a college athlete, and you get to wear a national championship ring, you will create at the highest level success. The people that are number one in business careers have the very same tools. You could ask them 90 days from now, 5 years from now, where are you going to be? What are you going to be doing? And they can tell you with incredible detail, incredible articulation, this is where I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to be doing. This is going to be my career path. And when you can name that, just like in football, when there were times when coaches graded somebody out better than you, or times when somebody started in front of you and you're going, I could kick their ass, I'm better than them. But because you were on a timeline and you were on a trajectory, it was very easy to overcome the day-to-day impatience, the day-to-day frustration that scenario caused when you don't have an incredible vision that's guiding you right now. Then it's a little bit harder to compare yourself to your brother, which is very common, whether for folks out there that don't have brothers or, girls not comparing to sisters, but just in general saying, well, look at that person over there or look at that person over there. Compare yourself to the greatest version of who you can be and know that, feel that, own that, write that down. See that as an incredible vision, just as you did as an athlete, and I will bet that success will come far more easier and far more faster than it is right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call today.
I
really appreciate it. Good luck. Stay in touch with me. Keep me posted on what's going on, okay?
All right, take it easy. Bye.
All right, take care, Adam.
Thank you for listening to the Inevitable Podcast. Please visit our website for more information on this extraordinary coaching system at www.theinevitableyou.com. Then, sign up for your 2-week free trial of our membership to gain access to hundreds of hours of amazing content and tools just like this.